Brother, I was working for Coca-Cola, uh, dragging around pre-mixed tanks to bars and things like that. I was a bartender at that time as well, doing whatever I could to try to keep in shape. And I remember coming home and getting home like 3 something in the morning from bartending because just it's an endless job
Long
when you're
night.
bartending. And there was a note on the bar, and I was renting a room from a guy who was a cop. And there was a message there that, McCaskey, the Bears, called. He wants you to come to camp with the Bears. And they called me and said what was going on. And that was my opportunity. I was kind of doing it where I could before because I was working multiple jobs in the off season and had a chance to go with the Bears and knew really nothing about their organization, anything like that, at that time. But, 1 minute you're serving drinks to somebody that is probably trying to struggle through life. The next minute you're sitting across the table from Mike Ditka, and he's telling you how important you are to this team right now and what's going on. I think the best thing about Mike Ditka at that point, it's crazy how he becomes part of my life later on too, is he treated us like the Bears. We felt relevant. We didn't feel like scabs or replacements or whatever, labels would be put on us. We were guys that had just as much of a passion for the game as everyone else, and maybe we didn't have the right guidance or didn't get the opportunity to take the same path to get to that room, but we were there, and it meant a great deal to all of us that were there.